Hello everybody, welcome back to Screenstars. I'm here today to bring you my review for the 2015 zombie action film Re-Kill, a film that is directed by Valery Milev and it stars Bruce Payne, Scott Adkins and Daniela Alonso. Now this film is set in the near future. There has been a zombie apocalypse a number of years previously. Humanity is trying to survive. And there is like a unit of specialised soldiers that are kind of sent out into the world, and their job essentially is to kill hordes of zombies. We follow this one particular squad where Bruce Payne and Scott Adkins are part of this squad. And now what makes it kind of different is there's like a camera crew that goes with them, filming them, very much like a reality TV show, very much like the show that you get in the US, like Cops and things like that. So you get like them filming the whole thing, all the casualties, everything that takes place, and even back at base, you know, watching all the squad bond and all this kind of stuff. And they get sent out on essentially a suicide mission, and it is up to this film crew to try and capture as much as they can. Right, what are my thoughts on Re-Kill? Well, for those of you that do follow this channel quite regularly, you will know that I am trying to watch as many Scott Adkins films as possible. I've reviewed quite a few now on the channel, and I want to eventually do like a top 10 list of my favourite Scott Adkins films, and I've really enjoyed seeking out and watching a lot of these films that I hadn't seen before. Some of them are really good, some of them not so good. Where does this one stand? Well, this one actually is quite watchable, I'm not going to lie. Out of whenever I've done a review of a Scott Adkins film, quite a lot of the time in the comment section, people will suggest this one, Re-Kill. You need to watch Re-Kill, it's really good. It's not easy to get hold of though, so thanks to Leo at Geek Legion of Doom who pointed me in the right direction in regards to watching this film. And I have to say, I found it really fun and really entertaining. It's tonally, it's a little bit odd, I'm not going to lie, it's at odds with itself. It's like a weird blend of... It's like a found footage film crossed with Starship Troopers, but instead of bugs in Starship Troopers, swap them out for zombies. You've even got the ironic adverts and news clippings in between, and it's filmed in such a way that you get like this camera crew footage of this Re-Kill squad going out, killing these zombies, and they don't call them zombies, they call them re-ans, as in re-animated. So you get this news footage of them going out and killing these zombies and things like that, and then it'll cut to like adverts, like these really weird and ironic and tongue-in-cheek adverts and news clippings about the world and survivors of the zombie apocalypse and all this kind of stuff. And that's all well and good. I mean, it was odd. It took a little bit of getting used to, but you do kind of get used to it eventually. And then about halfway through, maybe a little bit more than that, the newsreels kind of stop and it just focuses on this squad then, on this like suicide mission they've gone on. But tonally it's odd because the adverts and news clippings are very tongue-in-cheek and quite humorous, dark humour, all this kind of stuff. Very much like you would see in RoboCop and Starship Troopers. And then the squad footage is very serious. You know, it's life and death type stuff, and that's certainly not comical. So it's definitely tonally very, very odd, and there's tonal shifts in it constantly. And it does take a little bit of getting used to. But in regards to a zombie action film, there are probably not as many that are done as slickly as this. Again, it does take a little bit of getting used to because of like the found footage type filming, the way it's filmed. It's a fast edit, shaky cam, you know, boots on the ground type stuff. So it does take a little bit of getting used to it. It's a bit nauseating, but there are some really intense shootouts with hordes of zombies, and it's the type of films that I like, you know, things like the Predators, the Aliens. You know, when you get to know members of the squad and things like that, and they're quite relatable. And then you start losing them one at a time, and this film is no exception. It treads in that territory very, very well as well. because you get to know these squad members with this camera crew that's filming them. So it's doing private interviews with them. You learn about them. Some of them are religious. Some of them lost family members, etc., etc., etc. Some of them are just hard asses, like the Scott Adkins character. It's a bit odd, his character, because I never like it when he does an American accent. I prefer it when he does his English accent. But, you know, it is what it is. And Scott Adkins, while he's in this film, he's certainly not the lead actor in this film. He's in it a decent amount, but he's not, like I say, he's not the star of this film. But it's fun, it's entertaining, it's gory, there's shooting, there's explosions, there's hordes of zombies, there's irony, there's, you know, there's a whole lot going on with this film. They pack a lot into the hour and a half or an hour and 25 minutes, however long it is. And it goes along at a real fast pace. You know, the only time you get time to breathe really is like the adverts they do and the news clippings and things like that. And then boom, you're kind of back in the action. So it's fun, it's entertaining. It deserves to get more recognition than it certainly had, this film. Because I'd not heard of this, and if I hadn't, I've had the suggestions from a lot of people, even though I have been looking at Scott Adkins' filmography and things like that, so I would have got around to it eventually. I'm happy that I've prioritised this one. It is fun, it's entertaining. I'm going to get a 6.5 out of 10. Like I say, tonally it's a little bit odd, and some of the shaky cam and all this kind of stuff can get a bit nauseating when you want to see a little bit more. You want to see a little bit more of the action that's going on, and you can only sometimes see snippets of it. So, strange blend of found footage and all sorts going on with this film, but they do manage to pull it off, and it is certainly very, very watchable. So, thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you liked this review. I hope you found it useful, and of course I will be back with plenty more reviews on the channel very, very soon.